So we are a week and a half into the PTCAS application cycle being open. And as we are talking with applicants and answering your tip request questions, we can already start to feel that many of you are feeling overwhelmed with balancing living your life with completing your PTCAS application. Here are some practical pieces of advice that will help you not just when you're applying via PTCAS, but also when you're in PT school and you're a licensed physical therapist. All right, so tip number 1 is to be realistic. Okay, so it's great to have plans, it's great to have ambitions and want to get things done as soon as humanly possible. And that's wonderful, but sometimes it's just not going to happen and you just don't have the bandwidth. Maybe you're taking a bunch of prerequisite classes right now, you're studying for the GRE, you're working, and you just don't have as much time as you would like to spend on submitting your application. Don't let this be a form of distress. If you are busy and you are being productive, you do not need to beat yourself up that you can't get your application submitted yesterday. Just as make sure that you're doing things consistently, that your application plan is on time, and you're doing the best you can each and every day. Otherwise, if you're not doing those things, then yes, you should get your butt in gear and start working. But if you are already busy, like many of the applicants that we're working with, don't beat yourself up. Give yourself some grace, give yourself some time and some patience, and realize that this does take time. It is a process, and you have people like us here at Physical Therapy Application Coach who can help you if you're struggling with your application planning or with completing your application essays. And our next suggestion is to protect your non-negotiable priorities. So what I mean by that is, if you are someone like you, most of us should be this way if you're going into physical therapy, if you need to go to the gym consistently, don't let your PTCAS application push out those important activities like making sure that you're eating healthy, making sure that you're exercising, that you're getting enough sleep, all those things that are essential to help make sure that you're protecting your asset, protecting your body, protecting your mind and your spirit. So that way you can go and you can give your best efforts when you're applying, when you are working, when you are going to school, all those different things. So make sure, whether it's self-care, whether it's making sure that you have time to go hang out with your friends or your family, if you're someone who loves to read or you love to watch movies, give yourself scheduled time where you can just relax and you can just be at peace, okay? And be able to do things that are fun and enjoyable. You don't have to sacrifice everything that you love in your life so you can complete your PTCAS application. Unless your schedule is so busy that there's no other way for you to get it done. And then I'd recommend that you reevaluate how busy you're making your schedule, from a sustainability standpoint. We don't want you to burn out. As we know, many pre-PTs are already starting to burn out. So that's tip number 2, protect your non-negotiable priorities. Whatever those things are that are essential for you to feel happy, to feel content with your life, to make sure that you're filling your cup socially and physically, mentally, intellectually, make sure you're doing those things and protect yourself as an applicant by getting good sleep, making sure your stress levels are decreased. So if you need to take time to meditate, relax, do those things. Make sure you're eating well and make sure you're exercising, okay? Third and final recommendation is to expect the unexpected. And when the unexpected comes, bend, don't break. I can't tell you how many applicants we've worked with. You can go back and watch testimonial videos. They go into application season with the best of intentions to get things done, and then life happens, right? They have a friend that says they're getting married in a month and that they need them to be at this wedding that's across the country. Or sadly and unfortunately, they have a family member that unexpectedly passes away. I can't tell you how often this next thing happens, but computer issues, people's laptops crash or their hard drive goes down. Make sure that you've got your essays and the things that you've saved on your devices backed up. If you don't have an external hard drive, make sure that your application materials are saved somewhere else so that if you need to, you can go and you can still get your application done while you're waiting for either your computer to get fixed or if you're going to get a new computer. Different things like that. The matter of fact is, the sooner you start your application process and you start doing the things that are difficult and challenging, the more buffer time you're going to give yourself to get those things done. So one of those examples is like your PTCAS essay. So many applicants are going to put this off until the very end, and then their application is just dragging out, and they could have submitted earlier and earlier. okay? So start working on your PTCAS essay if you haven't already. We have another PTCAS essay webinar that we're going to announce this next week that we're going to be hosting, because we've had a bunch of people ask us to host another webinar. So we're excited to be able to do that. But if you haven't started working on your PTCAS essay, if you haven't started inputting your references, if you haven't started getting your observation hours verified, sending your transcript requests, all of those things that we recommend that you do early on, if you haven't started doing those, you should probably start doing them, because life happens. The unexpected happens. People forget. Emails go into people's spam folders and they don't know that you've sent them a reference request, and you don't know that until 2 days before your first deadline. That's not good. So start working on things early, not as a matter of stressing out, but just to realize that things happen. Stuff comes up, life happens, bend, don't break. If you are deviating from your current plan for your application, don't freak out, don't panic. Just do the best you can to get back on track. And if you're looking for help with your application planning or completing your PTCAS essay, send us a DM, hit us up, and we would love to help you with our coaching services that we have in these areas. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you're having an awesome start to your weekend. Please make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Don't want you to get burned out. If you are stressed and you're struggling with different areas of your application, go ahead and put comments down below. Love to hear from you. We're here to help you, here to support you. You got this. Thanks, and happy applying.